do this. Yeah, hi.
Hi.
JayzTwoCents here. We're going to do a live computer build with Coconut Monkey. I just want to say, you guys have been seeing a lot of him on the channel lately, and thanks for the help that you give, because this is starting to turn into more than a one-man show. Because this is getting hard. Because a lot of the stuff that I want to do requires more than one person and a cameraman and all of that. And in the infomercial, you were the talent.
Oh,
So
that's a very shallow pool.
Hi, tow truck. I ran out of gas. I think we're live, but I have a delay server going right now. And the comments, guys, I don't know if you guys are having problems with seeing it. The comments have not loaded on my screen yet, so I don't know what's going on here. And it never ever fails where everything is perfect. See, comments work right there. Look, oh my God, it's preparing. Fuck yes. Okay, so it never fails. So every time I go to do a live stream, I do all my checks. Everything's working perfect. Coconut Monkey saw it firsthand. Everything was ready, and I said go, and what happened? It crashed.
Yeah.
The server crashed. The YouTube stream server.
YouTube failed.
And now comments won't even load on the watch page. So I need to do a little bit of a test here. I need to see how long the delay is between when I say something and when you guys respond. So right now, type something, the word something, literally, type it. Because I want to see how long it takes for me to get that. There's 95 of you in here right now, so that's cool. Works for me. Turn that up so I can hear some music. That was not so dark. I am going to keep Twitter going on my phone. I'm going to do the best I can to, respond to you guys over here while doing... Excuse me, I'm burping in my mouth. I just threw up a little in my mouth.
Like coffee.
And for those people who think that I still hate AMD, well, guess what? I have a 9570 right here. I mean, an 8350. It's the same damn thing. And I was right about that. All the way down to the Cinebench score, the voltage needed, the wattage, and the reason why it needs a high-end AM3 Plus board and cooling solution. My prediction video a month ago, or not even a month ago, was exactly right. They've been these 8350s, the good ones. They set them aside, and they want to charge $800 for it now. For a processor that you can get for $200, they want to charge. Yeah, whatever. I'm not seeing the comments update, so we're gonna do the best we can with this, I guess. Look, still absolutely no comments here. I don't get it.
Can we look at the comments from the phone or no? They won't load up.
There's 103 people in here, but look, comments won't load. What is going on here? I'm doing my best, guys, but the YouTube comments just says loading and loading and loading. It doesn't stop. So the last comment I see is Polo to Marco back to Polo. And clean yourself, you're dirty. Whatever. We're just waiting to see how long it takes people to, pause that one, play that one. It's a high-end aim. We don't want that audio. Okay, somebody just tweeted something. So, is it really that long of a delay? I set up a 30-second delay and it does like a 30-minute delay.
2 minutes. No longer.
Love it. But you guys, I guess it is what it is, because YouTube live streaming is still it's new to YouTube. They're not in the game like Twitch and Ustream and all that stuff. But then again,
there's something.
Yep, there's something. You try looking on the watch page one more time and see what happens. 105 people in here, but the comments won't load. What I find interesting about this is normally the live stream comments are up here.
Yeah.
Not down there. So what is going on here? Oh yeah, there's a lot of East Coast people on right now too. Okay. Whatever. Here's what we're gonna do. We've got a dual setup here. And we've got a camera right here. Which one am I pointing at? Technically I'm pointing at there. And I've already cut myself and I haven't even started doing anything. Okay. So, this camera right here is going to be the camera that I'm going to be using to kind of get in here up close and personal and show you guys what's going on. Most flattering angle on YouTube right there. Look at that.
No.
Look at that. Say hi.
Hi.
Need
Yeah.
a dental exam?
Hi.
Yeah.
No.
All right. Okay.
No.
And my ugly face right there.
It's not a tumor.
So, how to build a computer with... All right, first of all, what is your computer building experience?
Changing video cards and RAM. That's
Okay.
pretty much all I've done.
So, plug and play.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Plug and play. Okay. Well, all of these parts right here, you are going to be installing. And somebody earlier asked me, "Hey Jay, what's a GTX 650 that you can recommend?" This is what I recommend right here. No, I'm not paid by MSI, even though I have MSI boxes there and up there. Open the closet. Oh man. Open the closet. People always want to know what's in the closet. All those MSI cards there. Close the closet. It's gonna fall. All right. So anyway, the GTX 650. This is the graphics card we're going to be using. Processor, we are going with an FX 8350. This is not going to be a gaming computer. First off, this computer is actually going to be very similar to the last live stream build I did. In fact, almost identical because it's for the same buyer. It's for his store. It's actually it's going to a business, and I've already built him 2 of these. This one's slightly different, mostly because it has different needs. This isn't going to be a workstation. It's going to be just a data server. It's going to be doing very minimal tasks. So the build's a little bit different on this. So we went with the same processor simply because it is going to be hosting some online. Well, I shouldn't say online. It's going to be hosting some programs that multiple computers are going to be accessing at the same time. So FX processors are actually very amazing for this. They are server processors, believe it or not. They've just been batched and binned for desktop use because they didn't cut it as server processors. We're going with the tried and true, once again, the Gigabyte 990 FXA UD3 motherboard. Can't really beat this thing. It's the value of this motherboard, the cost to value on this is great. And power supply wise, we are going, it's kind of hard to see actually. This is look at that, that's all just white. Let's see the back. Let's go to the back side. We'll do this. Okay, this is a PC power and cooling. If you guys have never heard of this brand, this is actually a very well-established power supply brand of power supply units. And the reason why I went with this one over the CX unit that I put in the other builds is because I wanted something that had a little bit more efficiency at the lower wattage range. Even though it is a 600 watt, as you can see, look at the toes. Even though it is a 600 watt, it has better efficiency than the CX600 did, and it is modular, as you can see, except for the power cables. These cables right here are not modular. And it is still a 5-year warranty, 80 plus bronze power supply unit. Had beefier wires than what was in the CX, and since this machine is likely never going to turn off, I wanted a power supply unit that could actually handle that type of constant use. When it comes to the the RAM, we are using 16 gigs of the Viper Stream by Patriot right here. There's 16 gigs of this, 1866. Because the FX can use the XMP profile. We've got the tried and true and trusted the 500 gigabyte SSD right here. This is going to be the main drive for the server. And then we've got a 500 gigabyte Toshiba hard drive. This is going to be nothing more than a redundant backup drive. So there's going to be a program set to back up this drive probably every single day to this drive. So this is nothing more than a data backup. That's why we're not going with a larger than a 500. And then we have got Windows Pro 64-bit. We're going with Pro because we need the extra networking features built in with Pro because this is, like I said, once again, a server. So we'll go ahead and get the tripod out of here because we're not going to be using that. There's the 900D. Some people have probably yet to see. And my phone, as you guys can see right here, I'll do the best I can to get to your tweets and things, but right now we were just getting to the introduction. So, first things first. Nicholas, Coconut Monkey, let's go ahead and get the motherboard out of the box.
All right.
And kind of focus on this camera here for what he's doing. I'll be doing the close-ups with this camera. Comments are still not loading, guys, so I'm going to apologize now. But the comments are not loading at all. I see no comments. So I'm going to try and bring up another... So as you unbox that, I'm trying to bring up the comments back on the control room. Okay, so I still see the last comments I see are something. So we can't be that far behind, are we?
Noobs.
Jeez.
If only I brought my other computer, we could actually find out what's really going on.
Hey, that's actually a really good idea. Let me get my laptop. Yeah, I'll be right back. And so, let me get my laptop. We'll try this.
Jeez.
Let's see if comments are loading on the laptop, shall we?
Yep.
Okay, so go ahead and remove that motherboard from the static bag and put it on the bag on top of the motherboard box.
Is there any specific part I'm not supposed to touch? Well, you know, like, how do I pull it out? Just not touching it?
Yeah, you can touch it.
Oh, okay.
If you've already touched the metal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dang, I hurt my shoulder again today. Not hurt, but tweet. I think. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to install the processor onto the socket. And AMD sockets are... dang, I put that way over there. I can't even see it. Okay. This is like the most rink-a-dink operation ever. And why you guys watch my epic fails, I'll never know. Okay, so go ahead and turn it like that. Like that. Other way. Like upside down. Okay. So here's the motherboard. This is the AMD socket. We are using the stock cooler for this build. There's no need to put any beefier cooler on it, simply because this probably won't really be doing any serious processing. But we want the 8-core for as much future-proofing as we can. But the socket is really easy to install on this one. So go ahead and take the processor out of there. Did I not cut that? Oh, this is a perfect time to go over the tools too. You're going to want your screwdriver. I happen to have a multi-tool screwdriver here. As you can see, it's got multiple ends on it, and each end also pulls out standard and flathead. And you just got two different sizes. You got big and small.
Manual suite. Oh, the processor.
Okay, that's the processor. So go ahead and set this aside for now. You're going to need the cooler out of that. But just leave it in there for now.
In the box.
But see, you don't want to do like I do, which is just spread parts out everywhere.
Want to keep it together?
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so you're going to separate this clamshell apart.
Alright.
Be careful you don't drop the processor, because the AMD processors, unlike Intel, the pins are located on the processor, as you can see. Whereas Intel, the bottom of the CPU is flat because the pins are located on the socket. So what you're going to do now, do you see that gray, that gold triangle in the corner right there?
Yeah.
That is going to be installed matching the triangle that is on the...
Left side over here.
right.
Got it.
So,
And this is about.
yep, out and up. Let me change the exposure on this so it can see it better. Hold on.
What was that?
No, that's fine. The exposure was just low. See,
Alright.
now we're good.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah, and the processor will only go in one way, so.
Yeah. This goes here. Did I do it?
Yes, you did.
Awesome.
And there. Processor installed. All you have to do is push that latch down and it latches. The CPU is now installed. Now, we are going to be using, it's kind of hard to see, we are going to be using TX4 by Tunic. It's Tunic TX4. This is the part that everyone always gets all, that's not the way you do thermal paste. So yeah, go ahead and pull that out. Now there's thermal paste already on that, so we're going to have to wipe that off. Yeah. In fact, I didn't get anything to sweep it off with. Okay, I'm going to try logging in on the laptop real quick.
Oh, this is easy.
Yeah, see the stock cooler that comes with the FX is not so bad. I mean, look, it has heat pipes and such on it. Comes with the thermal paste pre-installed on there. Gosh, I'm almost tempted just to use the paste that's on there.
Almost tempted.
Well, you know, I installed the stock cooler on a 6300 not that long ago on my brother-in-law's computer, and the temperatures on it were actually not bad at all. So. Oh yeah, this camera right here, by the way, guys, if you guys are wondering, this is the Logitech something or another. Oh, C920. I got this camera a while back for the channel, and that's the Microsoft piece of crap that it replaced right there. Check out the review I have on this camera right here. The quality, as you can see, is really, really good for a webcam. Some people actually thought I was using my DSLR, which is sitting like way over there in the corner. Look how messy this room is. My 900D box is still just sitting there. Alright, I gotta see if I can. I just want to see if I can get the channel up. I want to see the comments like as they're coming in. $113 people in here. 111. There's 2 dislikes, which is awesome. Oh, by the way, everybody hit the like button right now. Let's rank the video. Let's rank the stream up. There's no reason why you all shouldn't be mashing the like button. I don't think you guys realize how much work goes into live streaming. A lot, actually. Which is sitting like way. Dang, that's how it's way delayed, huh? Yeah, comment. Oh, there's the comments. Yay, the comments are working on the laptop. Okay. Guys, the comments are working on the laptop now. So, everybody hit like I said. I'll talk about the case when we get to that part. We're just getting this ready to go. Okay. So, the way you install this cooler here is you see you have these 2 latches. You are going to install the other side on this hook first.
So this side,
right.
That side.
Right. So it's going to go like that.
Alright.
Okay. You can set it down in the middle, hook that side. It's going to take a lot of force to. Let me show you this here. Where'd the thing go? Where did everybody go? Okay. It's going to take a lot of force to turn that, because you see on the. See how it's kind of like oblonged? One side is going to pull it down once. See all the way around like that. So go ahead and get the plastic off. Just pull it. There you go. Okay, so you can just set it down flat on there. It's only going to fit one way. Latch that side first. Turn the box. Why'd you pick it up? The paste just broke. Put it back on there, flat. Can you give it a firm push? Okay. So that's why you lifted it up, because it wasn't centered?
Yeah.
Alright. So you're going to have to get that back in. No choice now. Twist it a little bit. Pull it. Okay. Well, now we got to put on the aftermarket paste. I know there's still a lot on the block. Look at that. It's all still on the block. Alright. Hold the camera. Getting plastic there. How about that? Right here. Right here. Sit it there. And if you're just joining us, this is JayzTwoCents guiding Coconut Monkey here through his very first computer build. Is it latched on this end?
Yeah.
Okay. Now you're going to have to use some force to push it down, because it's not going to go down too easy. I know it's scary. If you push that all the way to this side, right there in the straight up and down, you'll get the most distance. There you go. Now turn it the other way.
This way.
Yeah. Okay, is it on there? Did it come off the other side?
Yep.
No way, you have to unlatch that first.
Yeah.
Okay, so, alright.
Straight up and down.
So take this one off. Okay. Latch that one. Now, push down. You have to go all the way this way. Right there in the middle. Are you nervous?
Yeah, I don't want to break it.
Yeah, I'm gonna break it. Let me test it. Let me switch.
Alright.
To show you the difference between experienced hands. You ready? See, that's the thing. When you look at the it's kind of hard to see because it's black. Look right here. Do you see how there's like a track in there? How in the inside of this? Look at this right here. Inside there.
Yeah.
See how there's like a track? As you turn this, it's pushing a spring down right there.
Oh.
So you have to turn it so that it's on that end, which is the most slack. And then you turn it like that, it snaps that. So now you're seated, and that's not going anywhere. Okay, so the next thing you got to do now is plug in this, which is the PWM fan for the CPU, into the CPU fan slot. You're in?
Yep.
Okay. Now, if we want to make this neat, let's see if we have enough slack to go around.
So we'll have to sit on the heat sinks like that? Or
Oh, they're not going to get that, huh? But it's not enough slack. So what you can do,
Turn it around the other way.
well, let me show you one little trick I do. Hold the camera. chunking it up in the drill. And then spinning the drill just to get the wires a little bit more. So that way they're a little more. If this was like a build I was doing for show, I would sleeve it. But see, now you can just kind of tuck that under like that. Yeah. All right. So the motherboard. Next thing we want to do now is put the RAM in there. The RAM is somewhere around here. Did you steal my RAM? Okay.
I think it would have been hard to go out and look at this RAM.
Yep. Okay. Now with the RAM, let's try and do it more here in the light. You've got 4 sticks and 4 spots on the motherboard. So this part you should know how to do. Make sure you line up the notch. Show the stream. So you can see this. There's a notch. I believe there's 220 pins in a DIMM, and the notch is going to line up with the notch in the motherboard right there. Which sorry about the lighting, guys. I'm doing the best I can. So there's a notch in the motherboard for the RAM. Line it up with the notch in the DIMM, and then you got to make sure it's seated all the way. Those tabs will only close when it's seated all the way. And you've got to make sure it's in the slot too. So
just like that.
One of the dislikes went away. Maybe it was a misclick. Here, let me dust that off real quick. There. This other side. Okay. Need to brighten up the other camera too.
That's right. Let's just do all these. That's me.
Hold on one second. I gotta. People think you're Indian. He's half Indian.
Half Indian.
Okay. Okay, so the board is ready to go. The RAM is in there. The CPU is installed. And the cooler is installed. So what you can do now is take the board with the bag, set it someplace out of the way and safe, like over there on the couch. Now let's go ahead and get to the case. This case is the Define XLR2 Black Pearl. And it's the same, it's essentially the same case. Turn it this way so you can see the front. It's basically the same aluminum case that I did on the other live stream build, but it's a black aluminum instead of the titanium, and it's all soundproofed. It's got all this foam material in there. This door opens up, and then you've got the fan that you can bring this down, and you can dust out the fan. And it's very, very, very quiet. Oh, and it's also got a here, and I have a review on this coming. By the way, I shot it, just haven't edited it together, and I've had it now for a while. There's a 12 volt, 7 volt, 12 volt, 7 volt, 5 volt built-in little speed controller on there for the fans. And then on the back, you can see these are the wires for the controller right here. You can add 3 wires to that. And we are going to be adding some fans, by the way. Go and show them the fans. So we're adding 2 more 140 millimeter fans to this build, and I'm just going to leave the one in the front because you do have fully vented slot drives or base slot covers here, as you can see. So I'm just going to have the one intake, but I am going to have. Actually, I take that back. I'm going to take that one out of the bottom. Move it to the front, so you have 2 intake, 3 exhaust. And if you have more fans, that means you can use a slower speed. if you have less fans, you have to use a faster speed. More fans at lower speed means quieter computer. And holes in my wall. Okay, so go ahead and take this screwdriver here and remove that fan and remove that little cover there. Crumping Spartan said you're lucky to be taught by me.
Alright.
Why? Okay, Ramsey Mona says why 650? Because this isn't a gaming build. If you're talking about this one, this is a server. I'm only putting the 650 in there because the 8350 does not have a built-in GPU, and I just personally wouldn't go any lower than a 650 even in a server like this, because the cool thing about this computer is if he later wants to throw another graphics card in here, boom, tough action stack. I mean, he's got another gaming computer ready to go. And this is the third build of this computer I've done for this guy for his store, so.
Oh,
right.
bottoms come out. Yeah. Screws in the bottom.
Before we do that, let's go ahead and clean up the mess that we're forming here. Set the filter aside. These are all the screws and stuff that came with it. Okay, you're gonna need. Okay, let's go ahead and take out 2 of these SATA cables, but I want the straight cables, not the 90s. Okay, so that one.
Or the hard drive?
For the hard drive, yeah. And straight cable. So keep those.
Oh, this is 90.
Is it? Oh, yeah, it is. Okay, keep this disc handy for the driver. Set it up there. Oh, you know what? We need one more for the drive, the DVD drive. Sorry. There you go. And the DVD drive's actually in that closet if you want to grab it. Open up the closet. It's up there. See it? With mail on top of it? Yeah. It's just an OEM drive. Nothing special.
Yeah, the trick is not having everything else follow after it.
Well, that's the best part. If everything falls, it's a bonus for this thing. Okay.
In case you have to clean it.
Shit. You.
I know, right?
Okay, so there's that. Okay, so set the all this other stuff aside. You can put all this stuff back in the motherboard box. After, yeah. Okay, so what we're doing right now, if you just joined, and why does he keep saying no sleep till Brooklyn? No sleep till Brooklyn. Not sure if I'm missing a reference there. We're moving this fan from the bottom because they didn't install a top fan, just a rear, and I thought this was kind of stupid on Fractal's part. So we're going to move it to one of those fan slots there. Game face.
Oh, you've seen that earlier too.
Oh, dude, during that live stream, that was great. Because every time something was happening, you were like this.
I was in the moment. I get intense when I game. I don't even notice it.
900D! Oh, sorry. I should do a size comparison between these two right now while they're exposed, huh? Because this is not a small case, is it? The one you're working on?
Nope.
This is not a small case.
It's like my case too.
Yeah, your Phantom's a full tower.
It's good. I didn't expect it to be that big, honestly, when I ordered it.
Really?
Yeah. I thought I was gonna get like a little mid-sized case. That looks really cool.
I think they consider your tower a mid-tower, but it's really not.
No.
Alright, so now that that's out, let's go ahead and put the filter back in the bottom. Just slide it on in there.
One of the lucky few who actually got their stuff from Live by Power right there.
Yeah, they actually showed up. And in one piece. And it worked.
Yeah.
For longer than a month. Alright, go
My
on.
laptop was failed on me when I ordered it from them.
Yeah.
First,
Did they actually fix it for you?
Yeah.
Amazing.
I drove back to the store.
Oh yeah, because they're local. You can't. Okay, so go ahead and unscrew these 4 screws on the rear.
This is the top.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And these soundproof pads are heavy, are they?
This is not an R4, guys. This is a Fractal R2 XL. Where's the box?
Oh,
That's not. I thought that was my 900D box. It's not. I forgot. It's an XL R2, guys.
oh, that one on here, 900D.
It's gone forever. It's okay. There's extra in that box of hardware right there. Okay, let's take a look at Twitter here.
This is like a plastic pad.
AMD 7990 or 90 or a Titan? I would say 7990. It beats the Titan. Chrismaster345. So, any trouble getting it out of the box? I made him do it, and he did it with no problem whatsoever. Prototype and I failed miserably in the last live stream. I got a massive paper cut, and we could not get it out of the box. No, only the rear one.
Oh.
We're only putting one fan there. The other one's going in the front. No, you know what? We have 2 extra fans. Go ahead and do it. We'll put both in there.
Okay.
We'll get him a super cool server. How's that? AR4216 says, I wish I were friends with a computer nerd who could hook me up with shit like this. Want to come over and play with some equipment? Okay. I had to twist your arm, didn't I?
No, you didn't. Computers, I'm there.
Jay, do you build computers and sell them? I don't currently. I only build for select people, but I've been considering starting a computer building service. But the problem is the shipping. I don't trust FedEx or UPS or the mail. Do you know why? I was a FedEx driver. Do you know what I got to see? Them get kicked, them get dropped. I'm personally responsible for throwing some over a fence because it was locked. So I just don't trust these things to get to where they're going, to be honest with you. And then it'll be all nice and fun because 5, 6, 10, 15 computers in, someone's going to go, it came broken! Then what? I'm not a business to be able to offer, replacements.
You're not iBuyPower.
iBuyPower says, no warranty against damage. Physical damage, no warranty.
That's why they get that whole foam brick or whatever.
And they charge you like $25 and they go with a piece of foam in the case.
No, it's like it fits around everything.
I know.
It inflates.
I know that. They charge you $25
I
for
didn't get
it.
charged for that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But you bought one of their higher end computers at the time.
Probably.
I mean, you had an X58 platform, which was only replaced by X79. It was the high end. Okay, so let's go ahead and install those fans. Now, can you...
These ones or these ones?
We'll put that one in the front, because that's the Fractal one. Do you know how to tell fan direction?
The sticker's up.
Sticker is always the way the air flows towards. So it flows that way. So it's going towards.
So you want it that way.
Yep, I want exhausting air.
And wire is towards the backside, right?
Yep.
Cool.
So that they can go through those rubber grommets.
Right.
Yep, go ahead and stick it through the grommet. Nice and gentle. Be gentle with her. Jay, do you get paid for these builds, or do you use most of the money given? This is a commissioned build right here. No, you don't get paid.
I don't get paid.
No, you don't get paid.
I get the warm glow of self-satisfaction.
You get the priceless experience.
Yeah.
Actually, I guess there's a price, whatever IT school would charge. You don't really need to go to school to learn how to do this. The 900D isn't a case, it's a monster!
This is true.
Someone asked, what's the difference between the R2 XL and the R4? Ironically, you're gonna have to push hard and thread it.
Okay.
You're gonna literally be threading that hole as you screw it in.
That's scary.
It's just the way they're designed to hold tight.
Oh.
That's why. Look at the end of the screw. Do you notice how it's almost like designed to cut? It's very sharp. Is it going?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you hear it going?
I can feel it.
And, okay. The R2 is bigger than the R4. So think of it as like shotguns or any gauge of wiring. The smaller the number, the bigger. So the R2 XL, I'm assuming stands for extra large, is bigger than the R4. The last computer build I did for this guy, I put an R4 case. You're loosening it. Is that what you wanted? Okay. The R4 case is smaller than the R2 because his business partner wanted a smaller case. So same width, just shorter. To give you an idea of how much shorter, if you saw earlier in the stream, there was a 2 fans in the front of this. Well, the R2 only has 1. D-Man Duck LP says run more fans as intakes than outtakes. He actually means exhaust because of negative pressure. Here's the deal with that. These are slow speed fans. We're not going to be building any real pressure in this case anyway. Not to mention with the ventilation that's in this fan right here, or this case right here, if you run positive pressure, it's a noisy case. If you run slight negative pressure, it'll pull in some air through the grills. But fortunately on this computer the grills are filtered, and so you're not going to have major dust issues. In fact, this case right here is probably one of the best when it comes to dust management of any case I've seen.
I could use one of those.
Yours isn't that bad though.
It gets...
Remember when we thought we were going to make a funny video of making a big dust cloud and it didn't happen?
Yeah.
Yeah, yours isn't that bad.
I'll let it sit in my room longer. But it doesn't do that anymore, so... I can read one of my broken computers and pull with the fuzz coming out of the capacitors.
Can you do a guide on OC with that Mobo? I'm not going to have access to this computer long enough. Plus, I can't really OC this build because it's got the stock cooler on it. I might, but I do recognize that the Gigabyte EFI BIOS on this computer is a little bit different. I mean, by a little bit, I mean a lot. I remember when I went into it on the first build, I was like, wow, this BIOS is much different than my Asus board. How you doing there, mister?
Doing alright.
Do you want a cookie?
Not good.
For the love of God, Jim, it's just a fan! Screw it!
Doing it.
How many fans I could have installed by now?
You could
Water
install-
cooling.
Oh, right.
Someone once back in the day complained about how many tubes were showing in my system. I think I've kind of gone from one extreme to the other.
More minimalist
See down
now.
inside there. Ooh, LEDs. Should do a little tour inside the 900D while we're waiting here.
Oh, they just food screen and...
Okay, that's fine. We got more to do too, though.
Oh. Where's the next fan going? In the front?
For the front, and for that, what you can do is, let's turn the case so you guys in the front. The whole thing, fans and everything, come out. So push there and there.
Oh.
Open it up. Push that tab, pull that tab down. Pull it out. You can pull the whole thing out to mount the fans.
Oh.
So you just mount the second fan.
Oh, the knot.
Got it. There you go. One of the things I don't like about this case, though, is that the drives are not toolless, as you can see. So you have to screw in the drive. Down there they are. Actually, they're not. Oh well. Some people were complaining I didn't do a build video on my 900D. I don't see why, because
Just switching everything
it's
over.
the same parts. It's just the loop is set up a little differently. As you can see with the pump right here, I carbon fiber wrapped it. And then there's a lot of carbon fiber accents here, as you can see with the fittings. There's my 240 rad. Let me get this stuff out of the way. Microphone. Here is the lower. Oops. What just happened? Okay. Damn it. There's not enough room here. I just said that there's not enough room. That's what's funny. Okay, so some people were curious about the routing of the tube. So it technically goes from the pump down into the 240, across the 240, out of the 240, into the alpha cool, and then out of the alpha cool and up, all the way over here and up into the graphics card, out of the graphics card into the CPU, out of the CPU down into the reservoir, and then down to the pump. But as you can see right here, this last fan is just in preparation of the quad radiator that I am putting in here. See how the radiator stops before that fan? The triple is going to be moving to the back, which is going to be tight because, as you can see, those wires are going to have to make that bend, so it's going to be very tight. You can see how that lines up. And then I'm going to be putting the quad right there. And then it's got the 120 there. There's my drives. There ain't nothing in there. Two 140s exhausting on the top and one 140 exhausting there, and it's all very low speed. And then you can see right here where I've got the barbs, the extra barbs here for the other fittings. I'm going to end up having a drain port that comes out right here. It's designed for draining the system. But you can see these fans are pretty low speed right now because I don't need much when it comes to speed. Right now, while encoding this video, my cores are at 42 degrees Celsius. Yeah. My fans are only running at 63%. And I did switch out these fans for the, if you guys follow me on Twitter, you'd seen on the last week I was selling some fans. In fact, I think that the guy who bought them just tweeted me and said that they came. I'm assuming because he was mad that I didn't autograph a fan.
Oh.
Where are we going to write on it? It's black.
Well, next time when you give away prizes, you can sign it and get a silver shirt.
I would never ever think of signing anything. Why would I sign something?
JayzTwoCents approved.
What would it mean?
I don't know.
My signature should just be two circles that look like boobs, but they're really pennies. There. So anyway, those are the lower fans, and then those are the other fans. And there's a lot of yellow accents, as you can see. There's the water-cooled 680, and then the stuff there. So anyway, how you doing over there? Do we have fret fans?
Yep.
Yes, we do. Okay. How much do you make from these PC builds? Do you use most of the money given to take out about 10% yourself? 10% is a pretty average fee that, I've charged. Usually I charge just a 10% markup on the cost of parts. And then, that's pretty common for private builders. I wouldn't bother even doing that. You're going to need to... Yeah, we're going to end up managing that anyway. Go ahead and undo this one. We can close this. We can close that. Look at the soundproofing on this door. That is awesome. It's like a studio. So
you got 4 fan cables and your fan controller. Oh.
Side panel back on. And I really love the toolless and screwless side panel. Here, hold this so I can show them how it comes apart. I think I already showed them in that video, but still. So you just push, there's a button back here, you just push it, and that comes right out. There it is. It's by far the easiest case I've ever had to take apart. So, anyway.
Alright.
Okay, so the fans are in. Go ahead and flip it around the other way now. Next, you've got to do the I/O plate. Which is going to go right there. Now what you need to do though is you need to look at the motherboard and reference which direction it has to go. D-Man Duck LP wants me to put the 240 in the front, put the 360 in the top, and the quad in the bottom. I'm not going to do that because, one, I have one graphics card and one CPU block. I don't need that much radiator space. Two, I don't want a radiator up top because when you have a radiator above the reservoir, it makes filling a pain in the ass. But with everything down below the res, when I fill this up and I turn on the pump for filling, it sucks it right in and it bleeds. It's so fast. I don't ever want to put a radiator on the top of this thing unless I end up going 2 or 3 video cards.
Cool.
And I've actually been considering doing a 680. I know. But then I would have radiators in the bottom for the graphics cards and then a loop up top, a separate loop for the CPU. So anyway.
Put it on the side and get the motherboard.
Yep. So what you're gonna have to do now is lay it down. How do we end up with extra screws?
Those are the front panel fans. Didn't need any screws.
Oh, they're screwless.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess stick these right there with those other screws.
These are the case fans.
Yeah,
Or
that's
the
fine.
case screws.
Let's scoot the case down this way a little bit towards this camera. Alright, so now what you have to do is you have to mount the standoffs. They're in here. Fractal also includes like a nut that goes over it that you can use to screw them down, which really helps. It's just going to be a ton of Ziploc bags.
Found them.
Now this is a standard ATX motherboard, so you're going to use the ATX screw holes that are on here. You're just going to have to reference your, yep, those are standoffs, and that's the screw. So now for the ATX motherboards, we are going to be using, this is really dark, so you guys aren't going to be able to see this very clearly.
Let me flip this up a little bit.
Okay, this hole, this hole, this hole, those 3. Okay, so, and then that one.
Great.
In fact, probably, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and it's going to be one of these.
All right.
Might even be that one. So what you want to do right now is you can take the motherboard and you can
Rinse it.
yeah, hold it up, like just kind of hold it up to the. Just double check. So what do you guys think about this concept of me live teaching? Oh yeah, so you just have to do the 9 that I mentioned.
Alright.
Yeah. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or these are there. So you can just get those all started hand tight, and then you can go around with the little screw. Someone wants to know if I've sold my Switch. It's sold. Well, sorta. It's on reserve.
The case?
The Switch A10.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on reserve. Whether or not whether or not the sale comes to fruition hasn't happened yet. So it's on reserve, but not actually sold yet.
Is it for someone I know?
No.
Oh.
Well, you might have seen him on Twitter, but he's a local Twitter follower.
Oh. I think we should do like a LAN box. That's really.
I told you I want to build a LAN box.
I want one too now.
And especially with all of the LAN shit that's been going on lately. Hold on. Grab the motherboard. I don't remember if it's those 3 or these 3. You don't have to like hold it in there. You can just look at it and see. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and put that back. That is still such an attractive motherboard. I think that's one of the cleanest AMD motherboards that has ever been made. That UD3, 5, and 7. I mean, it's all that gunmetal color. Okay, so it is these 3. people are telling me I need to sign my builds and stuff. I'm nobody, guys. There's no reason to sign anything.
3 good.
Yeah. The buyer would be like, "Why did you write on my computer?" Because I'm JayzTwoCents. What the hell does that mean?
Do not know who I am.
2 cents? Hope this computer costs more than 2 cents.
I keep it alone for 2 cents.
You know what I've kind of been wanting to do? Water cool my Xbox.
That would be fun. I've seen it on YouTube. That's all I've seen.
We know Aqua Tuning is one of my suppliers, and they sell Xbox water cooling kits.
What about PS3s?
I believe they have both. Should I try the console cooler?
Yeah. That's cool. It's like a water mess kit for your car.
Nerd.
My bad. I can't help it sometimes.
Okay, now go ahead and unzip tie that fan and route it up to that back hole. What you're gonna probably have to do with this fan,
Run it between the I/O.
you're gonna have to probably take the fan off and turn it. Like I had to do that.
Oh, okay.
In the last build. The other way. Yeah, at least these fans come sleeved. I love that. You know what my biggest gripe about the Corsair fans are? The leads are only like 8 inches long. And on a case like that, when the leads are 8 inches long, that really sucks. Isn't that a cool little thing?
Yeah.
Show the camera what that is. So Fractal includes this little nut thing here, and you put it on top of the standoffs, and then it's got screw slots on the top, so that you can just tighten it. In fact, I usually just go around. I just can't tighten them. As long as you don't cross-thread the screws going in from the motherboard, these won't unscrew on you. Okay. So go ahead and do that rear fan. We have to turn the rear fan because the way they have the lead coming out of it, it points the fan down towards the motherboard, and there's not much room. Mike GTX wants to know how we're going to power all these fans. There is a fan controller somewhat built into the case, but some of the other ones can go on the motherboard header. Someone thinks the music sounds like porno. It's computer porn. Computer prawn. Jay, can you show us your whole room? There's not much to look at. There's the tour. I just did a 360.
And we're done. Thanks for coming.
Alright, Camerican, see you later, man. Thanks for coming. Okay, I'm gonna push a button on here, guys. I just want to see what happens. It does say insert ad. I just want to see what happens. So don't get mad. Look at that. Oops.
You just fast forward to live, or what did you do, Jay?
I know the sound turned off.
You broke the stream, didn't you?
I guess. Oh, it just was restarting. Someone wants me to sign the blade of the rear fan. Jay, can you show us the whole room? Is that much?
You can sign my fan.
Can someone tell me if an ad actually inserted? I'm just curious to see if an ad went in. Someone said, I like a lot of the JayzTwoCents community. If you're referring to my followers, I think I have some of the best followers, especially since people are stepping in and answering questions that I just don't have the time to answer. Hey B-Dub, you don't really have to do that because all the holes inside the case, they are marked. So if you know you're installing an ATX board, you can just stick in an ATX, put them all in the ATX slots, which are marked. I don't think an ad actually went in. Well, it said insert ad, and then it said ad inserted successfully.
Oh, camera's right there. That's scary.
Yeah, I didn't see an ad. Oh well, I just wondered. Yeah, I'm watching the stream myself and I don't see an ad, so. It might end up adding the inserting the ad after the video goes up or something. I don't know. I don't use ad blocker because I like to support the YouTubers that I like. I can watch 10 seconds of an ad to help them get paid.
Motherboard time?
Yep. Especially when those ads directly fund my giveaways. I love watching you handle the motherboard. It's like you're picking up a newborn baby.
Oh. Well, that's how I treat all my stuff usually.
It's good. Alright, so what you're going to do on the motherboard is you're going to have to line up these first. Tilt it like that. There you go. Now if you look down through all of the screw holes, you should see your gold circles. There they are. Okay, so just let it go. Let it rest there. What I like about the 900D is on the center holes right here, just in that one right there, it had a
plug.
Well, no, it was metal, but it had a nipple on it.
Okay.
So it just like held it in place.
You didn't have to screw anything in.
Just on that one, so like it was lined up. But look how perfectly this is like lined up on here. There. So what you're gonna do, I would put this screw in first right here.
And then crisscross.
Yeah. Just so it holds it against the plate, because the plate is pushing it back.
Alright.
Yeah, you have to find the right ones. It's already almost 8 o'clock.
Do you want to use like the round tops or the flat tops?
It should be the flat tops.
We don't have to use the thumb screw ones at all. This is button.
Computer. Hi, someone says, I see you're building another toaster.
This will be one chill toaster.
And then once you get that motherboard screwed down, we can stand it up. After you get all screwed down, that way we can see the rest of the build.
Alright.
Because it's so dark. I'd like to think my live streams are pretty high quality compared to a lot of people's. I always go multiple cameras and backgrounds and all that crap.
Fantify it.
I don't like to just watch a webcam and somebody talk most of the time. That's boring to me. But again, that's just me.
Unless it's one of those Google Hangouts.
I mean, if the content is good, like I can watch Boogie do that.
Alright.
But I couldn't watch like
Adam Sessler.
I don't even know who that is.
The guy he did G4, but he's doing R3 gaming right now, or Revision.
I don't watch any of the gaming stuff.
Oh.
I could PKA. I can't watch them.
I haven't seen that at all.
It's Woody's Gamer Tag and
Okay.
FPS Russia and all that. Yeah, I can't watch it. It's just a bunch of guys up there for 3 hours or 4 hours, however long they do it, just talking about random crap, and I can't do that. They don't even do it live anymore because they kept getting DDoSed. I could never be a teacher.
Why?
It is nerve-wrackingly slow watching you screw these.
I'm sorry.
But I appreciate the care that you're putting into this.
I could go faster, but I can't guarantee everything will work afterwards.
People keep asking what case. I should have listed the parts in there.
It's a fractal.
It's a Fractal XL R2 Black Pearl from, or to define XL R2 Black Pearl from Fractal Design. There's some really good things about this case, the Fractal cases, and some things that just really bug me about it.
Well, what bothers you?
It's not toolless, for one.
Okay.
I mean, the drives, as you can see here, they're not toolless. Same thing with these here. They're not toolless for the 3.5 drive, 3.5 inch. Really? 3 more?
No, 2 more.
Okay. One on the bottom, one on the top.
Yeah.
Killing me, Smalls. A lot of people would put in the power supply first, but since we're not going to have many wires on this one, we can do the power supply at the end.
That's fine.
Yeah, apparently I'm getting a lot of good responses of people liking the teaching aspect of this. You know, I have... Here's why I did the teaching. Seriously. Because if I got on here and just did it, I would be doing a million things without saying what I'm doing. But if I have someone on here that's not experienced with PC building, it forces me to tell them every little thing that's important, right?
Yeah.
So things aren't going to get missed nearly as much because I have to guide you through it. So watching me build would be a whole different kind of stream. Like if you guys wanted to watch me do, you know, a full custom loop sort of thing, which I've done already. Okay, so here is the motherboard, the fans installed, and next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put the 650 in there. So go grab this. Oh, first put all those screws back in the bag, in the box, just to keep tidiness.
Clean. Yeah.
I only say that because it's good to practice, but you've seen my room before.
Yeah.
When my room looked like it threw up computer boxes and bags and trash. And
I mean, I didn't mind it, but they probably get messy.
doesn't all those RAM sticks look cool in there?
Yeah. Heat sinks.
I also find it ironic that there are 4 PCI Express slots in there, but yet this is only a Crossfire or SLI board. It can't do 3-way or 4-way. That's what the UD5 and the UD7 are. The UD3 is a 2-way, the UD5 is a 3-way, and the UD7 is a 4-way. Is the MSI the best PC laptop? I don't know, I wouldn't say the best, but I mean, look how little! It's so tiny!
It's like, what, half the size of a 580?
Oh god, less than half.
No.
Yeah?
It looks like half, dude.
It's a little less than half.
Okay.
580 measures at 11 inches long.
How much does this measure?
I don't believe it's 5.5 inches long.
Do you have a ruler?
I don't have a ruler. There's no reason for me to be carrying a ruler. I guess it could be, but still. It's so tiny!
This is totally like half the size.
Look at this! Notice there's no SLI slot on it, on the top. See? No reason for SLI. This is a basic graphics card. This is, I mean, it's got one 6-pin connector on it. It's not even, I mean, okay, they call it a gaming card because it's a GTX line, but, I mean, let's be realistic here.
Can't game with this.
You could, but it would be low settings and low resolution. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to look at it and say, okay, which 2 slots do you have to pull off of here? You're going to be putting it on the top slot. So likely it's the one straight across and the one below it. These 2 have to come out. So you can just put that back on top of the bag. Since you went ahead as the teacher, I said get it. I didn't say take it out.
Oh. Maybe.
You're one of those students, are you?
It could be. It's been a semester since I've been in school, though.
What's the exact model of the 650? It's a GTX GeForce 650 NSI. I don't even think it's an OC. Like, does it say OC on the box? It is an OC edition! Ah! Okay. So it's an overclocked 650, I guess.
This means it's unlocked, so you could overclock it.
Well, all of them are unlocked. On the graphic cards. Really?
Sorry.
Okay, so he's taken away the dual slots that's needed for the graphics card here. Take off the
Plastic.
Yep, the slot protector.
It's so cute.
And then you've got to push down the PCI Express tab on the end of the slot.
Oh, right.
And there you go.
Oh,
Oh wait, first take off the plastic on the back.
it has to go one more. Wrong slot.
Wrong slot.
Yeah, just one comes out.
And you have to take off the blue slots on the back of the card too.
Okay.
Otherwise they'll get in the way. Can I has the PC that you're building there? Sorry, no, it's spoken for.
But you're talking about doing a giveaway at 100,000?
Yeah, I've got a couple of years before I have to worry about 100,000.
Or so he thinks.
Or so I hope.
Alright, blue tabs are coming off.
Yeah, because those get stuck in like the
Okay.
in there.
This even has a full-size HDMI slot.
Mm-hmm. The 580 was the only time they did a non.
That midget thing?
Yeah. Because they thought they were going to make more room for themselves. Push it in. It's not in all the way. There you go. Now just line up the one thumb screw right there to hold it in place. Just screw that one in first, and then you'll put that other slot back on.
Yep.
But don't tighten it down all the way though. You're going to need that to move. What sort of OC did you get on your 8120? You've been wondering. My 8120 was clocked at 4.8 gigs. I've been really lucky with the overclocking lottery, by the way. Every chip I've ever had is overclocked really well. And that's why I leave that one on the wall up there. That's my best overclocking board I've ever had. I've achieved 85% overclock with that processor and that motherboard. It's an E6300, 1.8 gigahertz Core 2 Duo clocked at 3.42 gigs, 1.86 to 3.42 on a gigabyte DS3 motherboard. And then that's a GTX 8800 Ultra that was also overclocked about 20%. And a 20% overclock on a graphics card is also just insane. So those two parts have sentimental value, and that's why they're up there. And I'm not even convinced that CPU motherboard are broken, because that was my brother-in-law's old computer, and it fried, so he built a new one. He thinks it fried. He cleaned it out with, he like blew it off with compressed air, like from his compressor.
Okay.
And while a fan was spinning, a blade broke off and it smacked the motherboard, and then it wouldn't boot. So we think something might have gotten damaged on the board. I'm not 100% certain. I've just not bothered bench testing it. I might bring that back alive. Just for the sake of it. Okay. Graphics card is installed. CPU is installed. RAM is installed. Extra fans are in there. And next thing we need to do now is... we can go ahead and do the hard drives. We can go ahead and also get this guy in there too.
Oh, right.
So we're going to need that to install Windows.
Yeah. What's you plan on downloading? Or any slot preference? Or
Oh, careful. Need what?
any slot preference?
Usually the very top.
Okay.
And because it's not toolless, you're going to have to get the screws ready. Arturo Alvarado has caught my attention. I want Jay to answer my comments about BF4.
BF4.
What about it? And right away, guys, I'm not reading the comments as much as you might hope because I'm sort of observing and monitoring this build. My name is on this build, so it's important that I watch what's going on. All right. You still have a screwdriver right over there. Yeah. So you're gonna have to get out the screws again. Woohoo! Guess what shipped today?
What?
My Pro 40s. Initio sent them for review.
These screws.
No. They should be the other smaller ones, the ones with smaller heads. There should be a ton of them. That means they'll be here tomorrow because they come from San Diego. So, yeah, those are them. I finally get to get rid of these crappy headphones.
Those are the ones that went to Guitar Center for, right?
Those are the ones you and I went to Guitar Center and we did the vlog of us DJing. Remember I couldn't decide if I wanted to get those or not?
Yeah.
This is the most relaxed PC build I've ever done. Now before you tighten it down all the way, you want to open the door and make sure it's flush. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, it's too dark.
Too dark. Fix that.
Yep, you good to go.
Cool.
So we've got one on the left side, one on the right side, and then you can put both in and you're good. Okay guys, quick. What are your comments? Go! Questions, go! Oh, and everyone should be tweeting out this stream and stuff, by the way. Just saying. I meant to set up a timed stream, but I didn't do it. Or a timed tweet, like a scheduled tweet, but I didn't do it.
How do you do that? Through YouTube or?
I have an app.
That's cool. Alright. Just got the drive in. Do we hook up the cables yet, or how are we doing this?
Well, you gotta put the other two screws in, the rear screws.
Oh,
Realize it.
The wobbles. Yeah.
See if I can get Boogie to tweet it. In. You get one on both sides?
Yep.
Alright. Now let's go ahead and do let's get these guys loaded up because you have those screws out with drives. Let's do the SSD first. I will get me one of those SSDs one day.
What is it?
The 500 gig? I want the Pro though, but it's gonna be nearly $500 for that.
What?
Yeah, but it writes over 500 megabytes a second. Use the blade if you need it.
One day I'll get up to that level. Was it driver CD?
The what?
The driver? Or just...
Oh, yeah, but we don't need them. Because Windows automatically recognizes it.
Okay, then pretty sure you need these stickers for the HDD. Yeah, for SSD. This is cool. So how do we remember this?
Do you think FX 6300 and an Asus GTX 760 is a good combo for less than $400? Yeah, absolutely. For gaming, absolutely. Hey, Barnacles, I can't check out your video right now, not while I'm streaming.
Could you just light up the holes on?
Okay, yeah, sorry. I just kind of like ignored you there. All right, so the 4 holes right here are what will line up with the 4 holes here in the bottom of the drive. But what you want to make sure is that you have the proper end going out the back. Like if you installed it like this, it'd be facing the wrong way. And isn't that a pretty drive? I love this drive. So it's going to go that way, just line it up like that. There. Cool. Boogie's gonna retweet that for me. He was all, tweet at me, and I'll retweet it. So I did that. You look confused. No?
Yeah. No confused. I just had an idea for a future. For, like, if we built a lab box, you can make like a swappable hard drive. So you just have to pull it out from your desktop whenever you go to your friend's house.
What is it here?
Oh, but like, would that be possible? Or you have to break the whole setup out of the desktop.
It's called a hot swap drive. Any case can have one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's called a hot swap drive.
Not when you just put operating system in the game, or just the game.
Well, you can have a hot swap drive with the games installed on both computers. That way, it recognizes it. I mean, it's still going to be like in the registry for the computer you took it out of. But if you took the installation files on that drive and then stuck it in this computer and installed it, and then took the drive out with the same installation files, put it in another computer and installed it, they would be set up on the registry on both. So,
And these rubber buffers.
yeah, just leave them there. Just put that one on the top. Top's fine. Too high. There you go. Just push it. Okay, now do the hard drive. So now we're installing the hard drives. We've already done CPU installation, RAM installation, graphics card installation, extra fans, rerouted that fan. We got an extra fan in the front, so we have 2 in the front. Power supply unit we're going to do last, which is actually a little bit backwards from... normally people will put the power supply unit in first, but I like to leave their extra room here for installing the, the input front panel switches and the front USB drives and USB 3 and all that stuff. So, plus there's more than enough room in this case, as you can see. This is the, if you're just joining, this is the Fractal Define XL R2 Black Pearl. So it's all black. It's aluminum, brushed aluminum on the front. It's very attractive. Not this guy. This is Coconut Monkey. If you're newer here, this is Coconut Monkey. He has been helping me out a lot with the channel lately, doing things that just require more than one person. And he was one of the star actors in our Tilt infomercial. Hi, tow truck. I've ran out of gas. I still do that. When I'm running low on gas, I go, tow truck. I ran out of gas.
That's the last question. Do you use the rubber grommets to hold the screws in as well, or these guys?
I mean, there should be see this screw right here? That's going to line up on the side. Now those rubber grommets are in there to be noise reduction. That way they don't make as much sound. So let me see
How
it.
much what?
Don't take them out. Let me see it.
I was just moving them over because they lined up with the screw holes.
You're not using the bottom screw holes. You know that, right?
Yeah.
What screw hole did it line up with? No, there's no holes in the bottom. Well, I guess you could do that. Yeah, go ahead.
Used for, right?
Yeah, this drive is actually different than standard ones. Normally you have holes on the side, you screw it that way. Yeah, that's fine, do it that way.
Just through the rubber piece, or no?
Yeah, through the rubber piece. There should be longer screws that came with it though, for it to reach. Check in the bags to make sure. Let's see. Going through Twitter here. Jackal AO says, "Thanks, bro. You're the best. Changing your processor now. Awesome, dude. Thanks." Average Gamer wants to know, how long have you been building PCs? Since about the 4th grade, and I'm 32 years old now. So do the math.
Since today.
I've been building PCs since I was in elementary school. And in fact, I used to get called into the computer lab all the time to fix the computers at school because the computer techs and the computer aides at school couldn't do it. Did you find the screws?
Yeah.
Cool. So what he's doing now is he's just installing the hard drive, the redundant backup drive that we've got, into the, I guess it's the toolless bay drive. Since I know a lot of people just joined, this computer right here is a server computer, so that's why you're not seeing any massive cooling on there, because it's just a data server. A GTX 650 graphics card, nothing special about it, not a TI, not a boost, it can't even do SLI, because it's not going to be doing games. We do have right here a 500 gigabyte Samsung solid state drive, and a 500 gigabyte 7200 RPM 64 megabyte cache SATA 6 gigabyte per second hard drive that's a redundant backup of this SSD. This SSD is going to be backing up to this hard drive and overriding its recent backup, or the previous backup, so we have 2 backups at all times of all data on this drive. This is going to be a central server for a retail store, so it's important that you have redundant backup, just in case. And there's no reason to have an SSD as a backup drive, so just go with a fast mechanical hard drive and you're good. So there we go. SSD is installed. Let's do this. Swap it with these two, that way there's more space in between. Yeah. That way the plugs on the back have space. Not heat, yeah. These drives don't really put out much heat. The SSD puts out 0 heat, and then the hard drives, usually unless you're doing major, data calling on them or writing all the time, then they don't get that hot. How will that GPU run Battlefield 3 at 720p? This GTX 650 will actually do fairly decent at Battlefield 3 at 720p on medium settings. You could probably get 60 frames per second at medium settings on this card. I have a friend who has one, and he's had nothing but good experiences with it. So once you get that mess cleaned up, we'll start the wiring. We're not going to need that. No, we don't need that. Power supply has its own. Okay, Jay, what components are you using? We'll go through the components one more time. At the end of the stream, I will be annotating and this has been a long stream already. I will be annotating different parts of the stream so you guys can reference different parts of the build. But for the parts, we're using a FX 8350 AMD, 16 gigabytes Patriot Viper Extreme RAM 1866, a NVIDIA MSI GTX 650, UD3, it's a gigabyte FXA UD3 motherboard, Samsung 840 SSD 500 gig, and a 500 gig Toshiba 7400 RPM 64 megabyte cache, 6 gigabits per second hard drive, and then the case is a Fractal Define R2 XL Black Pearl. sad that I know all that by heart. Doesn't it? Oh, and of course the DVD drive. Okay. Go ahead and flip this around the other way so you can get to the back. Because you see how all this is routed out the bottom?
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be up the bottom. You should pull it up the side here.
Oh.
This is everybody's favorite part. The wiring.
So this.
That's just a twist die. You're gonna twist that.
Oh. Okay. Or just okay.
And if people are new here and wondering why I'm not building it, it's because I've been building computers for over 20 years, and I've done a live stream with me building before. And I noticed I spent more time building, less time talking, and wasn't talking about what I was doing. I skipped over a ton of stuff. People had tons of questions because they were like, what are you doing now? What are you doing? So I figured if I took somebody like Coconut Monkey here, who's never built a system from scratch, from beginning to end, and guided him through it, it would make sure that it didn't miss anything. So that's why we're doing this. What you doing? Oh, trying to get that out?
Yeah.
No, don't reuse it. We're going to zip tie.
Oh.
See all these?
Oh.
Boom.
Alright, so I'll just pull these out then.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so one thing I love about this motherboard so much, go ahead and flip it around the other way. These little guys right here. This is your reset switch, your power LED, and then your power switch, and then there's a hard drive. Usually a hard drive light on here somewhere. Why is there no hard drive light? Wait. Okay, maybe I'm just on crack. Oh, you know, I think the hard drive light's an LED on the board. Anyway, these are normally the part that a lot of people have problems with is installing these little guys. But if you look on the motherboard, it's color-coded. And that's a standard color code. Whereas orange is always hard drive, green is always reset switch, red is always power LED, and I think blue is, and it's also labeled on the bottom of the board right there if you ever get confused. I'm not going to really be able to see it. Anyway, you can't really see it, but right here on the bottom, it's printed what each, one actually is. Usually these also come color-coded to match, but in this case it doesn't. Go ahead and flip it down. Okay, so hard drive is blue, power LED is red, reset switch, power LED is pink on this one, so, okay. So what you're gonna do first is, I like to do the power LED first because their pigtails are separated. You see you have a positive and a negative?
Yeah.
If you look on that right there, you'll see there's a positive and a negative for the power LED. So line it up with where it is on there. See it just to be sure right there. Okay. So you see you have these 3 pins? Mm-hmm. The very far right one will be the negative, and the one on the black, the positive. See how it even has a plus printed on there? See those black lines through the pins? Those are actually positive.
Oh. On
the color, you see like black, positive, positive, positive. See, those are marked. You don't see them, do you?
Oh wait, I see them. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So put the positive on the left, on the
plus one.
Right there. And the far right one is the ground.
Wait, far right? With the negative far right? Okay.
Negative is ground.
Okay.
See, this is why we do this, because I just assumed that the assumption that everyone knows what ground is, but I forget. I don't. Not everybody does. Okay, so that's power switch. That's the red one.
Okay.
See the red?
Yep.
And then the other one is going to be reset switch, which I believe is the green. I love the porno music too, so. Let me double check your work. Reset, power. Alright. So, see how we got these separated like that? This is part of the
zip tying process?
Well, this is part of the wire management part here.
Oh.
So if you look on the back side, I'm just going to push these back through.
Okay.
So that we're only working with the ones we need at the moment, which happen to be the front panel connectors. Now for the sake of wire management, take a zip tie. I would put a tie right here.
Alright.
Just on the neck of those.
And then are we going to crop the zip ties or no? Or?
Of course. That's what's in the little toolkit over here.
At the shrink wrap or past the shrink wrap?
Right around there, right on the shrink wrap's fine.
Alright.
Use your best judgment. Arturo J, great live stream. Love the teaching building PC. Thanks, guys. I promised I would do another build, so you're funny. It's cute. Alright, snip off the pigtail and then rotate that knuckle in the back. Who don't Skype at me?
Rotate the knuckle. Oh. Alright, what's the next step?
Boogie was asking if his tweet helped. Okay, so now we need to do the USB 3.0 and the front side USB and front side audio. So push through the 3.0 one first, which is the big thick blue plug. And that would route it under these, like that. Other way. Yeah, twist it around the other way. There you go.
Good.
The USB 3.0 plugs, everybody complains about how thick and heavy they are. Like that's pretty heavy duty, isn't it? It's hard to bend.
What? Would it be better if you gave it to the bottom or?
No, because then what you can do is you can route these
Together.
like
Okay.
this.
See what you did there.
See how this kind of is right here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so now push through your...
USB.
Yeah, there should be two USB. Is there two of them?
HD audio and USB.
Okay, so bring the USB one out. Make sure you're not like threading it through any of the wires in the back. So it's like separated. Make sense? To all of you guys saying this, thanking me, just giving you a blanket, you're welcome to all of you guys, because there's a lot. Alright, so it says USB right there. But you want to make sure, wait, you notice how there's a pin that's not, see how there's a pin that's blank? Look at the top of the plug.
Yeah.
So you can't just jam it in there. Show the camera that. The USB plugs, you can see how one of those is not a hole? It's like plugged off. If you were to just try and jam it in there and you didn't make sure it was lined up properly, you could ruin that header on the board. Now if you look in that USB slot, the one that's marked red, you can see there's a blank one. So you want to line those up and then gently plug it in. That's good? Yep. Cool. Alright, and now you can run the HD audio all the way back here because it's right here. So I would run it through the back. And the same thing goes for that. It's just a different pin that's blinked out.
In the middle.
Yeah. Which I believe is on the top on those. Am I right?
Yeah. Actually, I think it's the bottom.
Yep, it is the bottom.
So it goes like this.
It's just a loose fit. Alright, so you can just push that one back like that. So now what we want to do is we want to kind of pull all these together like that, and then put a single zip tie right there.
Sorry.
I kind of, on a case that's kind of empty on the inside like this, even though it's not going to be seen, it still bothers me when it's like not managed good. But I like to kind of use these sort of swooping cable management techniques to kind of fill in some of the space. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Knuckle in the back. Right?
Yeah. You can always tighten it and then rotate it too. So. Always make sure you never cut any wires with that on accident. Flip it around the other way. Wait, flip it around the other way. There, you can get it flush up against there. There you go. Okay. And then do one more. Right. See if you pull it out a little bit. You can do one there, and then you can push it back.
Oh. Smart.
I'm sure this is the part that might be interesting most people is the wire management. Because I do like to think I have pretty good cable management. I'm anal about that stuff, seriously. Hey Jay, I always get confused with the low from the case. How do you tell which is negative and positive if it's not marked? You have to use the motherboard. It's the motherboard, first of all, that you have to reference. But usually there's a white line on the wire. If you're talking about like the front input plugs, there's usually a white line on the cable. That's usually the ground. Okay, so you push that back through. That doesn't look too shabby, does it? So you can take out a little bit of the slack now, like that.
Yes. Okay.
There. See? So I think Coconut Monkey's first time cable managing on the front input doesn't look too bad. Alright, but now let's flip it around the other way.
Oh. Together.
Well, here's what you're going to notice. Let me put this down real quick. Let's turn it more. Here's what you're going to notice. These are all, because they all went different lengths, they're not going to like match up. So you can take the ones that do like that, and you can zip tie it to that one right there. Hold on, let me get this one in there too. There, zip tie that one. And here's it. You don't even worry about that. You can go behind it.
Oh, just together like that.
You're just going to have a little bit of an extra bend on the USB 3.0. Hey guys, I know a lot of you guys are asking me questions right now. I'll do the best I can to come back and answer those later. Follow me on Twitter or Facebook. The information's in the channel description, or in the video description. And I'll get back to these questions as best I can because I have to supervise this build. Nothing against Coconut Monkey, but this is his first full build, so I have to keep an eye on everything. So I'm not really watching the stream. Go ahead and pull that out. What you can do now is you can push the USB 3.0, take the slack out up here, like that, and then you make the bend to compensate for that extra length and put another one up here. See how now they're all the same length? So you kind of have to like sneak it. Pull up and tighten. Okay. Jay, should you go Windows 7 or 8? I'm still using 7. This build is getting 7. A lot of people do like 8, so... Okay, so we can just leave that one. You don't need that zip tied. But zip tie that one down like that. See that? I'll put the top one through, you put the bottom one through. I always give so much more attention to customer builds on their wiring than I do my own computer. If I took off the back of my 900D, you would throw up. Because you look at it on this side, right? And look at that. Tell me that's not like really good wiring. But on the back, it looks like someone threw up wires. Everywhere. Before you tighten it down, make sure you get a nice snug.
Like that.
Yep. I have actually accidentally cut through one of those wires before when cutting a zip tie.
That's scary.
Yeah. Okay, so here's what's left to do, and then this build is pretty much done. We've got to wire up the fan controller here, which, as you can see, go ahead and untie it, twist tie that. As you can see, it uses a 4-pin Molex to power it, because on the front of the case, right here, you can't really see it, there is a toggle switch, 12, 7, and 5 volts, so you can control the fans. All of these fans are not going to fit on that one. There's only a spot for 3. So what we're going to do is we're going to see if we can get the 3 fans in the back of the computer, the two exhausts in the top and the exhaust in the rear, on the motherboard header, and then we can get the other 2 in the front on the fan controller.
Alright, so...
Before you even bother doing that, flip it around, let's see what our header options are. Okay, so for fan headers, we have got system fan down here on the bottom, system fan over here on the right, a power fan here, and that is pretty much it. They don't give you a whole lot on this board, that's for sure. Power fan's not going to have any voltage control to it, which means we can't go into BIOS and slow it down. Power fan means 12 volt. It's giving 12 volt, yeah. And it's got the middle pin is a RPM readout. So I think what our better option may be then is to use the three fans on the rear on the voltage controller.
Okay.
And then the 2 on the front we can hook up to...
System code and power code.
I don't think they'll reach all the way over to here though.
We'll try it. We'll take a look.
Let's see what our reach is. Yeah, see that's not our reach. Okay. It's part of the problem when you add more fans than your motherboard can handle. Okay. Everybody click like. I want to get this stream ranked up a little more. Okay. These 2 in the front. This is the part I hate the most, actually. Just tell you the truth. I'm gonna do this for now. That's gonna let me go that way. They give me 2 extra long ones, which is kind of neat. What are the 2 options we had in the front? Power and system only. I'm just gonna stick those through for right now. Go ahead and turn it. Gerard wants to know if I know where he can get Switch 810 rubber grommets, the same one as already on. If you contact NZXT, they'll send you some. They're just kind of slow. I've had them send me some before. I guess we got one all the way over here. It's not gonna reach. And then we had that one there. Yeah, the power fan will go to 100%, which will be noisy. I'm trying to avoid giving him one of my extensions. But it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to avoid it. That's where these come in. I would sleeve this normally, but I'm not going to since this will never show. Plus it doesn't really look that bad. Alright, so we just had to put a fan extension cable in here because these fan wires are just really short Let me see. These fan wires are really short, so. Alright, go ahead and flip it around.
What's that for?
That's 1394 firewire. It's just a plug.
Oh.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and do. Did I already plug one in the system fan right there? I did, didn't I? Oh, okay. Damn it. Alright, I'm just gonna leave that. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the two. Let's do the top ones first for the controller, the exhaust. Ignore those for now.
Alright.
Don't worry about, like, just plug them in for now, and then we'll tidy them up after.
We know which one's which, right?
Well, this is the one in the rear, these are the two on the top.
Okay.
All three of those are going to go into those anyway. Yeah. People asking who this build is for, it's actually for a customer of mine. Okay, so now what you can do is just sort of, I'll show you this first, and take this out.
Backtrack with that part.
Yeah, you can just sort of like, you can zip tie them like that lengthwise.
Okay.
Zip tie them right here.
Do the loop.
Yep. And then those, after you cut those off, you can just
Tuck it in there.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay, so all the exhausts are hooked up to the controller. And then I would kind of put like at least one here to hold those together.
Like across these wires, or?
No. Just underneath it, where they're separated. It's sad how much time I spend on computers that aren't mine compared to mine. Then again, it's like mechanics always neglect their own cars. Computer builders neglect their own cars. Or their own computers. Whatever. Alright, so then just plug in one of these to that.
The shorter. Oh, that one was just.
Actually, here's what I would do. Unplug that. Route it through here.
Oh.
Either one, doesn't matter. Just so you have something kind of holding it out of the way.
Yep.
Jay, what is it that you hate most about Call of Duty? The fan base or the game itself? I personally hate the fan base and the multiplayer. The rest I don't really mind as much. The game was very repetitive, but it's just, for me, it's the attitude of the average Call of Duty player.
Just like that? Is that
I know it sounds like profiling, but I just personally can't stand it. Yeah, that's fine. Too much of a
Kick it.
and then route that one through the hole. Right now, guys, we were wiring the fans and the little fan controller that's built into this case, and the front panel connectors, as you can see right here. And yeah, right there. It's just up there.
Just trying to get part of the.
So what you can do now, if you want, you can cut that zip tie back off and then re-zip tie it with that one. What should you do if your case doesn't come with a fan splitter? A lot of cases don't come with fan splitters. I would maybe order a couple from Newegg or Frozen CPU or something like that if you are worried that you're going to need them. So that would be my suggestion. I always have some on hand. As you can see, I just pulled an extension cable out of my tool bag. Yeah, fix that. I can do it with one hand. There you go. Alright, so front connectors and fan are in there, fan there, and the other fans are going to the rear. Alright, so now we're ready for the power supply. This is not a hard PC build. If I was to rate this on 1 to 10 of a hard build, I would probably rate this at a 4. Because there's nothing custom, there's no drilling needed, there's no, there's nothing special here. It's literally plug and play, bolt it on and go. That would be about an 8, this computer over here. Those are going to be the modular cables.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow. Cool.
And it's white and black. It goes very good with this build. And yeah, only JayzTwoCents would actually aesthetically choose parts intentionally. I'm just that anal, I guess. You don't have to be so delicate with it.
Oh my bad. I want it to last long.
They're copying Corsair though with the. Oh, and then the power supply unit. I forgot to mention it's a PC power and cooling. It is a Silence what? It's a 600 watt, 80 watt, or 80
Mark
plus.
III.
It's an 80 plus bronze silencer Mark III. It's a very quiet power supply. Because of this big gap, you can see the standoffs here for the power supply, plus the vents on the bottom. We can install this one with the fan facing down. You can just push it up against the back. This case, by the way, I want to show this real quick. Does have a rubber. You can't really see it too good.
Lining.
Yeah, but there is a rubber lining around the opening for the power supply to reduce vibrations and stuff. So you can kind of see it there as I make a reflection.
All right. So we're just gonna put screws in the back.
Yeah, but line it up first. Just get it in there. You don't have to do much to line it up. Just push it up against there and it'll line. Once you get one hole lined up, they'll all line up. Just get a screw ready because you're going to spend more time on that than you need. It's going to move.
See, like the long screws, or
they are. Let's see. Not those. Oh yeah, actually these are the power supply screws. Okay, so I would get the screwdriver ready with one of these on the end. I would line up one of the bottom. So see how some of these are like open and they have room to move? Like I would line up this one. That way it can't move on you. And then just get it snug but not really very tight. There you go. So now you can push it. There, you can get the other ones lined up. So I would do the bottom left now next. Look on the stream. That's actually a pretty good wiring job you're doing that so far.
oh.
Yeah.
I impressed myself.
So what do you guys think? Let's compare Jay and Coconut versus Labco Price Tech. Have you seen any of their stuff?
No.
Oh my god, consider yourself lucky. That is one channel that I will trash talk against.
Alright.
What do you guys think? JayzTwoCents or Labco Price Tech live streams? You tell me. I should do more live streams? I do the best I can, guys. I mean, I'm not a full-time YouTuber. I do it as a hobby. Got a full-time job as an IT engineer,
Full-time dad.
full-time dad, full-time husband. I've got a lot of full-times and I don't have much time.
Is that it, or right now?
Christopher Gilbert wants to know how safe water cooling is. He and his dad are considering doing a water cooling build, and they're worried about having water in the computer. Custom loops are much more prone to leaking over time than an all-in-one unit. Coconut's computer here does have an all-in-one cooler in it. He's had no problems with it, of course. I mean, there's a custom loop right here. Lots of connections, lots of bends, lots of, radiators, and everywhere there's a connection, everywhere there's a barb or a bend or a swivel fitting or a block, there's a chance for leaking. I've been fortunate that I've been water cooling now for nearly 10 years and I've never had any problems. Go ahead and unzip tie those and push those through. I've honestly not had any problems with leaking ever. Knock on wood. But you can get non-conductive fluids, but here's the problem with those. As the fluid is flowing over the top of different metals, whether it be nickel or copper, brass, they pick up ions from those metals and eventually become conductive. So they're non-conductive when you use them, but they're conductive over time. So it sounds like maybe you might want to consider using an all-in-one unit like an H100 or something if you're really that concerned about it. I mean, clearly I take a major chance with my components here, frying everything if something decided to spring a leak. But that's why taking your time, leak testing, and look at Damien Rath's 616 comment.
Thank you. It's awesome.
I should show you one of their videos before you leave, just so you can see. It's so bad. I don't know how anybody can be so bad at what they do. They say they're not biased. They're 100% biased. Oh, here's what. Let me check this real quick. See how those are all kind of
Tingled.
Did you do this, or was that like that?
That was already
okay.
there.
Put one right here. And once again, guys, if I'm not responding to your comments, I apologize. I mean, there are 100 of you in here, and I am supervising the build of the computer, so I'm doing the best I can. I'm not ignoring you on purpose, but no doubt I am kind of ignoring, so I apologize. Okay, so now we know we need this because if you flip it around, I believe one of them is PCI Express, which we're going to use here. One's going to be an 8-pin for the CPU up here, 24-pin for right there. So this one is your 8-pin. This is going to route to the top, and look at that, it doesn't reach. It's too short.
We need what, an extension?
We need an extension, which I believe. The only thing I can think is that that one would have to route from the front straight up. We'll get back to that. This is a 6-pin PCI Express slot, which is used for the graphics card. So run it up and out through there.
And this guy just goes to the motherboard,
Which goes through the same way. Hey, Valkyrie Gameplay. I can say your name too. They typed all caps. JayzTwoCents. Somebody really wants my attention. Okay. So I would just route this. Don't plug that one in yet. Do the 24-pin first. It's gonna have to make an aggressive bend like this.
which way does the clip go? What?
It always goes to the outside.
Okay.
So it's gonna go like that. And I would just kind of like bend these wires first so that it gets used to the bend. And then just push that through like that.
Alright.
And then plug in your PCI. I'm glad you did that. You always want to support the card with your hand when you're moving it, plugging anything in.
You don't want to snap it.
You don't want to put all the stress on the socket. Okay.
With that?
This is so ugly. I am debating on
running the other cable straight there.
Yeah, one of the things I don't like about this case here is that, or not this case, this power supply right off the bat, the 8-pin for the CPU power is not long enough to route up the back and come back down, simply because this is a full tower case and this power supply unit is probably more suited for mid tower. I have an extra extension. This is the one that came with the 900D. Here's the easier way to do that. Plug it in first, then push it through the hole.
Oh.
And we're plugging in an 8-pin extension cable right now because the power supply was too short. So I've now given away 2 of my extension cables.
8 pins.
You're going to push them both through anyway.
Alright.
Hey, Michael Wentz. There's a lot of comments. Oh my god. Gerard says, shit, nobody says, hey Jimmy, let's go watch Labco Price Tech. They have a great channel. It's super duper.
Sorry.
Nobody says that about my channel. I don't think. Alright. Look at that. It's still... Did you get the slack out of it? Yeah? Okay. And then that 4-pin will just sit there. And it only plugs in one way. Other way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a split cable. This way.
There we go.
Alright. So now you're going to have to zip tie that down. You can kind of put another zip tie right along there.
Good.
All back there. Alright. It's very sneaky back there.
I see what you're doing.
It could be cleaner, but it's perfectly fine. For those of you that just got here, I'll run through the parts again once we turn this around. This is not a gaming build. I'm just going to preface by saying that it can play games if he ever decides not to use it as a server, but this is a data server for a retail business. Look at you getting all anal with it, time.
What? I'm learning from you. You're teaching me. Might as well pick up what you're teaching me, you know?
Okay, so we have two items left, and this build is done. We've got to hook up our SATA cables to the SSD and to the hard drive, and then we've got to run our SATA power and 1 Molex. So here are the extra. We're not going to do those yet. I just pull those wires out of there. Oh, yeah. Hey, look, did they give you an extension? Maybe not. Maybe it was a PCI Express.
What's up with the fancy bags that we probably never going to use again?
You should see the ones Corsair gives you.
Like
They're like, you can put like your goggles in them and reuse them.
Oh, think about that.
They're really nice. I have no idea why they spend so much on the bags they give you.
They can charge you so much more. Probably.
No,
No.
I think it's cheap enough to really just do it. No, this is just another CPU plug. Okay, so here's what we need for this one here. Yeah, it's a PCI Express. Okay, we need 1 of the SATAs and 1 of the Molex, and you can stick these back in the bag in the box. Jay, for gaming, what is your preferred CPU, AMD or Intel? Honestly, doesn't matter. For gaming, it just really doesn't matter. A lot of people like to argue and say that, yeah, that's Molex. This is for the old 3.5 floppy drive, which doesn't exist anymore. A lot of people want to say, oh, AMD is going to be better because of the new consoles, but it just doesn't work that way. Okay, so first thing you have to do is plug that end into the power supply, or just stick it through. Both of those stick through. Oh, both the cables.
This is power supply side, right?
Mm-hmm. These plugs look almost identical to the Corsair ones too. Yeah, Jake Way says the 8-pin extension cable should have come with the case. I don't think it's the case's fault, honestly. It's not that tall, but don't worry about that one yet. Set this one aside. First thing you want to do is we'll just shove that in there for right now. Because I want you to flip the case around because we want to neaten up the power supply side of the wires.
Oh.
But careful, don't leave these loose, otherwise you could snag them when you're flipping the case. You're going to find the slots it does plug in, probably the two on the end. You can go under, yeah. The 660 Ti is a very good graphics card. It's equivalent to a GTX 580 when it comes to specs.
Is there any? Oh, sorry. Is there any
and the 580 is still a good card. So, what?
Any particular order? EB 25 and 26, or?
Shouldn't matter.
All right.
If it didn't plug in, it wouldn't snap. If it wasn't right. See, the only ones that are different are the PCI Express and CPU ones, and they're.
All right.
You can see a little different.
Cable down.
There you go. Okay, so we'll do this one last, because the only thing getting plugged into that is that one right there.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Did you make sure the tab lined up? See how there's a little, like, a dip? It's an L shape.
Oh, right.
And they're upside down from the way you need them. Do you see that?
Yeah.
I hate that. I don't know why they're that way. Now you want to be very careful when you're plugging these in. Just let me show them. The plastic that they use for these tabs is very cheap. I mean, like I'm like bending it with my finger. It's very cheap, and if you put downward pressure on the plug, you can snap that right off. So you just want to be careful with that. The SSD one looks like it's actually better quality. And wiggle it side to side as you're pushing in, it'll go into it. That's it. I'm going to do these just because they're so stiff.
This one?
No, just this one. Dang, those are stiff. But they're in now. Wow. Alright, so I'm going to bend it like that. And just leave this to the side. Okay. So those are in. Those were very stiff plugs. Oh my god. Okay, those are in. SSD is now wired, hard drive is wired, and I would just go up like that. Zip tie it to this plug here, and you can probably cut that one and put another one on. What's my favorite weapon kit in the BF3? Answer. He's at. Wait, hold on. They're asking what my favorite kit and like weapon is in Battlefield 3.
This is the MTAR, right?
As
as an engineer.
Right, because I have like 50 engineer stars and like 55 MTAR stars.
Yeah.
Because I don't play with anything else. I don't know why. Which is funny because once the MTAR debuted in Battlefield or Black Ops 2, once the MTAR came out in there, people said it was an overpowered gun, so they associate MTAR with overpowered in Battlefield, which I don't feel it is.
No.
Medium to long range, I'm screwed.
I think that's underpowered.
Probably. I think they might have nerfed it a little bit since I stopped playing so much. They're like, oh, Jay isn't using it that much. It must be, you know.
Well, since the last time we played.
I was starting to get the aim back. Remember when I was single shot sniping long range with the MTAR? When we were on that crane?
No fair.
You were on my team on that one.
Yeah, I was the guy dropping out boxes.
Yep. So now you can just kind of toss that there and then plug that into it. The Molecs are always hard to plug in. They are on cheap plugs. Ah, see?
Oh.
Aren't you? No, they're not. They're not hard. There's a trick to it. I'm just waiting to see if you figure it out. Yeah? Yeah? Here you go. Is it in? That's what she said?
Yeah,
You get it?
clicked.
They're not supposed to click. Okay.
Oh my god.
And broke. No.
Uh,
And we can just like set this one to the side. Okay, it's complete. Step away.
wait, which one's zip tie that?
Well, actually, it's not complete. We have to do the savers. Zip tie that to what? Oh, it's fine. Yeah, do that. Just put another zip tie on it, or they'll all fall down. Now who's the boss now, huh?
Keeping your I'm trying to keep up with the anal.
You straight told me hold on.
Sorry.
Wow.
Don't hold it against me.
That's okay. You know, I have more respect for somebody who'll tell me shut up than someone who will just blindly follow what I say. We love JayzTwoCents, says Mobster. Are you going to upload the whole build on YouTube for viewing later? Has there ever been a live stream I didn't save to YouTube? I don't think so. They all get automatically archived as a video. Up to 4 hours in length anyway. At least that's what they say, but I have that 7-hour live stream still up there. Didn't you watch that one, part of it?
Yeah.
When Jake was here helping me with my water cooling? Alright, so, SATA time. SATA time.
I'll put this FX sticker on it later.
Yes, once again, the 660 Ti is a good gaming card. Absolutely.
So, okay.
Right now, on the count of 3, I want everyone who hasn't already to click the like button. 1, 2, 3.
Jeez.
Someone, a Barnacle said, very fun stream, fun to watch a computer build. You know what's funny is I would never watch this myself. Is that because I'm so experienced with it already?
Probably.
Where I'm like, oh god. Or I would probably spend more time critiquing it than actually...
They gotta be so pro, Jay.
I don't know. Whatever. Wait, we want the ones that are straight, not the 90.
Oh.
That's going to be for the push down. Oh, okay. That's going to be the one for the DVD.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, that's right, we still have to run power to the DVD. Fuck. Forgot about that. Do we have enough? Yeah, I think we have enough slack on this. Hold this while I do that. I forget about the DVD drives because I don't
Use a DVD drive.
I don't use them in my own. But because it's a... Okay, we're going to have to put in the other one. Because this is a retail computer, I don't want to not put one in case he needs it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you need to grab the other plug out of the back. In fact, I'll replug these in. My bad.
Yeah.
I could honestly see these plugs on this power supply unit causing newbies to break their drives. Only because of how stiff it is. See, now they're easier because I've gotten it in and out, but if you put any pressure on this, snap, it's gonna come right off.
This one definitely front?
Nope, it's still gonna come around. It's just gonna come up to here.
Oh, okay.
But what I would recommend on this one, because it's a flat cable, snake it underneath these wires and then in. That way you don't add any thickness to it. Because you don't have much room between the door here. So.
You said thickness.
Yeah, I did.
Sorry.
Andrew Sheehan says, Labco Price Tech are okay, guys. Their style is different. I'm not bitching about their style. I'm bitching about their biasness and their constant hate that they put on things. And there's a lot of things that they say that are just more opinion than fact. So, but anyone who likes Labco, more power to you. I just personally can't watch a channel like that when they specifically put out videos simply to bash a product or a. They say they don't hate AMD, but their entire channel is like devoted to AMD hate. Right through there?
Yep, I just skewed them all over that way.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Brown.
Zip tie it right here. So they're all flat against each other like that. Can I do more Q&A with Miss J? Probably. The vlog channel just hasn't been been getting the attention it needs, but I'm gonna be doing stuff again up there. I'm so out of time. I don't have enough time in the day to do everything I want to do, that's for sure. Okay, you sneak that one through. Maybe I'll plug that in without breaking it.
Yeah.
I would say it's so dark in there I can't see you, but then I'd be called a racist. So look at the screen.
Well, there's my arm.
Talk about the top. Oh, it was the top video, by the way. You can be seen just fine on the other one. Is it in? Alright, so shove that back down.
Like that.
Yeah, in through the grommet. I'd rather have it be ugly in the back than the front. We're doing an awful lot of cable management considering there's no window in this case, huh? I'm texting my wife from the other room. Alright.
How's that working for you?
Just like that vlog video I did way in the beginning of my channel about cell phones are ruining our lives. I should do more tech rants like that, huh? I thought that was funny.
I think we should do more commercials.
I think that video was ahead of its time, though. I think it would have done really well today. See you, Gerard.
Bye.
There's about 88 people in here. Alright, flip her around. You can just leave that like that, actually. I'm perfectly okay with that. Alright, SATA cable time. Do this first. Plug this, because this is the main drive. Plug this in. Goes up here. Plug that in first, and you need to look at the motherboard and find the SATA 1 slot. Because if you shoved them all through, you wouldn't know which one's which. Drive 0. You see how they're marked right above the.
Oh, yeah.
So drive 0 is the very bottom one closest to you.
Should I look at which way they're...
It's this one.
That...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that thing.
The tab, just a little trick, the tab will always face you.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
Yeah. So now we do the hard drive in the other SATA drive. You can do SATA 0, 2, and 4 on this one.
No, 0, 1.
Wait, hold on. Let me double check. Yeah, do it in one because I think those are the only SATA 6s. Those two. So let's do this. Let's unplug that one. That one on top there. There. Yeah, sorry guys if you missed it. I mean, I tweeted it out. It's had a running timer going for 7 minutes. It's on Facebook, which only goes to show the power of social media. You just unplug that one? Yeah. Oh, okay. And then these, you can just kind of like stuff it in. Yeah, I don't really go too anal with these cables. Okay. Mostly because they won't really be seen here anyway.
Gentle? You know, nothing's bending a lot. No? Okay. Well.
What? And then, now you want to do the 90 up there. Push the 90 in through. And then push that one through there at the same time. Right on both of those. That way you always flip around once. And guys, if you came late, this is going to save to the channel, even though it's going to be nearly a 3-hour upload. You know, it is what it is. Sorry it's so long. Alright. Everything's plugged in. The wiring got a little messy at the end, but that's what always happens because you start to run out of space.
Look at the case covers.
Yep, we put the covers on.
Alright.
That's the rear, because it has no vent. Yeah, that's what you want, the rear. So this end goes in first. Down there. It came out of there. Oh. Yeah, just push it in, and now swing it shut. And then put in your screws. Go ahead and flip it around. Now we'll go over the parts since a lot of people are still asking.
Oh, that's heavier now.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Alright, so there it is. Coconut Monkey's very first, from beginning to end, PC build. And I didn't really do anything on this build.
Apart from those cables.
Well, I guided you on them, but we're not going to put that one on yet. We still have to test everything.
Oh, yeah.
That's where we'll see whether or not you done fucked up. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so here's the build. It's an FX 8350 AMD processor, 16 gigs Patriot Extreme 1866 memory by Patriot. I just said that. It is a UD3, a Gigabyte 990 FXA UD3 motherboard, MSI GTX 650 OC edition graphics card, which is not going to really be doing anything really. A PC Power and Cooling Silencer Mark III, 600 watt power supply. It's an 80 plus rated. We've got a 500 gigabyte Samsung 840 SSD with a 500 gigabyte Toshiba 7200 RPM 64 megabyte cache SATA 6.0 gigabits per second redundant hard drive. It's backup. It's going to be a redundancy backup of the SSD, and then the standard DVD drive, of course. And then we've got the Fractal Define XLR2 Black Pearl case. So that's the go. If you have any questions, start typing them now. Otherwise, the stream is going to start wrapping up. And you guys wanted me to live stream it, so that's what we did. We live streamed it.
Will it boot?
With it. Yeah, I know. And here's the thing: I need to
That
plug it into that monitor there. Or, I mean, I could plug it into the TV, but I don't have enough. I don't have a long enough cable. I can stick it over there, but then I have no power plugs over there anymore. So, anyway, we'll do the boot offline. There's no reason to do that online, really, because I'm gonna install Windows later this week anyway. So I'll leave that cool angle like that. So if you guys have a question, post it now. Otherwise, the stream is wrapping up here. First question somebody asks is, when's the Steam summer sale? Do you know?
No idea. I'm just trying to save money for it.
No, you're not. You're buying a 680.
I know that too.
Someone says that the Steam sale's kind of been going on, like already a little bit.
Yeah, it's just not like this. They didn't announce it as big as like Green Man Gaming or something.
Matthew Schonhart says, "Yay, Coconut Monkey!" And look, he gave you like a rock-on symbol.
Awesome.
He gave you the devil's horns. What GPU is that? I already said, guys. It's an MSI GTX 650 OC edition. Post your questions. I have sent 280,260 frames up to the server. Someone says, now with power, that's the question. Jay, I love this. Thank you for your infinite knowledge. My knowledge is far from infinite, trust me. Why is his nickname Coconut Monkey? I don't know. Where did Coconut Monkey come from?
It's like a screen name I've been using since junior high.
There you go.
That and my like for a magazine.
Christopher Gilbert says, you should omegle with people on another live stream. What does that mean? Omegle. I don't know what omegle means. Got kind of choppy over there. Anyone ever put a 360 rad into a thermal take overseer? I've not seen. Yeah, but Christopher, I don't know what you mean by that. By omegle. What is omegle? Do you mean mingle? How do you? That's what my Twitch stream is for. How do you know when your new computer parts come out? How do you know when new computer parts come out, Jays? I check out a lot of web forums like Hardforum, Guru 3D, Overclockers.net. That stuff always gets early news from manufacturers. So, am I upgrading to the GTX 780? I believe I will be, because the plan right now, if it hasn't fallen through yet, is for Coconut Monkey to purchase my 680, which, by the way, I figured since you're a friend, if you decide to do that, I'll put one of the twin Frozer coolers on it. That way it becomes a twin Frozer and it's not as noisy as a 580. Because my God, people were commenting on the stream that day. All I hear are fans.
Turbocharged.
Do I have a chicken on hand to toss into the case? I don't, but I have barbecue chicken waiting for us out in the kitchen. Because neither of us have eaten dinner unless you have one over here. He just said it again. Can you omegle with fans on another live stream? I will do more live streams when time permits, absolutely. I just answered whether or not I'm upgrading to a 780. Please stream booting it. Fine, I guess. See, here's the thing. I've got to unplug that monitor in the middle of the live stream. I don't think it'll cause a problem. Let's clean up this mess first.
Why don't you unplug it?
Well, I guess if I put it here, I can use the TV. Alright, let's clean up this mess first. Okay. Set that aside.
Oh, it did look at a Dean cable.
That was the one that came off of it initially, when you pulled it out of the closet. So I'm going to let you guys do right now. I'm going to give you guys an internal view of the 900D while we clean up this mess. Like this. Oh, you guys are inside the 900D.
How does it feel?
How does it feel to be inside? Awesome!
Honey, I shrunk the viewers.
Alright, so we're just cleaning up our mess right now, and then we're gonna, it's a lot less mess than if I did this.
Because I threw it like on the trash.
Oh, great. Because, you know, I deliver it in that. Oh. Fine, I'll take care of it too.
Oops.
I deliver it in that. Can you stick this? It's fine to do that. Stick this down that black one by that black thing. Please stream booting it. It's like Manicuria's idea. I don't know what they're saying. This is all trash. Here, take care of the 650 box right there. All I need, more product boxes. And if you guys just joined us, we just finished building the fractal case here, or the fractal build, and we're getting ready to boot it. We're just cleaning up our mess before we do that. Gotta make room for this. This runner next to yours.
Trash.
Yeah. It's cool. Trash can.
Good Lord, I liked it without those covers
It's
on it.
pretty heavy now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Alright. Let's get out the
You need this indeed.
what?
Dude, you have a spare plug in there.
It's do or do not?
You do.
Bear with us, guys. We're getting this boot up ready. I gotta find that keyboard.
So, this is probably for the Yeti ones.
That's for the Yeti.
Oh, dude, you already have the cable plugged in.
Oh, cool. Use that one.
Get you.
Look at this. Death Adder just sitting in the neck of these wires.
Maybe you should leave it out here, that way I don't have to bring my mouse next time I go.
The scroll doesn't work on it if you use the scroll.
I don't know if you need the scroll or not. I do, actually.
Then that answer should be no.
Yeah. HDMI cable?
Yeah. I had a wired keyboard, I have no idea where it is. See what they're saying in the chat.
So Jay, have you decided between the 780 or 680 as an SLI?
My power supply unit is not going to give me enough headroom to run two overclocked 680s and my overclocked processor. So I'm just going to stick with the single card solution and go with a 680 or a 780. Sorry.
Oh, Astria's in here.
Huh?
Astria?
Oh, hello.
Hi, Astria. Oh, this is just, it's going non-stop now. Wow. There's so many messages. Shoe size. What's your shoe size?
13.
Oh, I'm like 11 and a half to 12.
I wear a 13 shoe. Ow, I just kicked the table. There's my sandal. Look, it's huge. I just kicked the table. That really hurt. Where the fuck is my keyboard? Put it back. I'll just keep reading comments.
Entertain the guest.
Yeah.
Okay. Try that, I guess. Oh my god. Okay. Well, Jay would be typing if he was typing Stern Gaming. Let's see. Okay, so Omegle's kind of like chat roulette, but fixing the roulette in way. How much was the price range of the build? I'm gonna have to ask Jay on that one.
Alright.
How much was the price range of the build?
This build?
Yeah.
I'm not discussing the price of this build because everything's different for everyone's region. Plus, this is a customer build, so I want to keep their
business private.
Business. Yeah, I don't want them to know how much JayzTwoCents is overcharging them, right? Alright. You don't make much money on builds like this. You make money on $4,000 builds that take 4 days straight.
Liquid nitrogen.
Alright. No control.
Oh, let me get the camera.
No, not yet.
No.
I gotta get it all set up.
Oh. The chair is comfy.
There's no butt padding anymore, I'm too fat.
There is padding, I can feel it. It feels like a bolstered racing seat. That's, yeah, you should get one of those. Just a racing seat, but screw wheels onto it. What is your favorite Z87 motherboard?
So I don't think the power switch is right.
You just try turning it on.
Yeah. There it goes.
Oh.
But I have to do this to be able to switch to HDMI. So go ahead and turn the camera. There we go. So here's the first boot. It says no signal, but
The moment we're waiting for.
hands are turning. Do we get a video? Yay!
I did something good.
Nick's first build works.
The lights work too.
There you go. And are all the fans turning? Yes, they are. Feel the air coming out of there.
Awesome.
Oh, there's no operating system installed. Fail!
No, we didn't do it yet.
I know that.
Gosh.
Alright.
I know that much.
There you go. It works. Let's turn the fans down. Times 5 volts. Super quiet. Alright guys, there you go. Are you taking a stream of the stream?
We can.
Look at that. Dads against daughters dating. Did you really just pull your shirt out like that? Okay guys, so there's the build. It's been a 3-hour stream. I'm tired. I've got to install an operating system on there, get drivers installed and updated. But as you can see right here, all the fans are turning. Everything is working. Let's check the front. See how you did in the front.
Can we see it?
Yeah, front fans are turning there.
Just barely. Yeah. No, but you can see it barely.
Yep. Close it up. Oh, is this drive on? Yep, we got a light. Okay, open up already. Does it want to eject? Have to get a different drive? Yeah, we'll fix that later. It's fine, I got spares.
Oh my gosh. You have like spares of everything.
This is my drive though, that's what's weird about this.
I
don't know why it's not looking up.
Because the OS isn't in, or it's not. It's still thinking it's booting up. It won't open at first.
No, it opens up as long as it sees power.
Oh.
Okay, so the DVD drive is being kind of failed at the moment. Anyway, there you go. It's working. It's got power. First boot. Everything is working gorgeous. So, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate all of the support that you guys give.
I look like Wayne Brady.
You do?
Yeah. That's what someone said. I don't look like Wayne Brady. Oh gosh, dude, too close. Stop. Stop it.
Yeah. Okay, guys, I'm shutting down the stream. Thanks for checking out the stream. Hope you guys learned something today.
I did.
Yeah, you did. You built this thing.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys, take it easy. Appreciate you coming, and I'm gonna figure out how to shut this down now because it's new. It's the new and improved, they say. All right. See you later.
Bye, guys.